Yo, hey, what's up, everyone? It's Tuesday. That means we're gonna play TaleSpire. We're gonna aspire to play TaleSpire. Haha. Starting off real great. All right. Anyway, welcome. Hi. Aside from that bad joke, welcome. And welcome. Playing some slightly different music at the bumpers. If you're watching this on Twitch live. Otherwise, you didn't see anything. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is the start of the episode. But yeah, just playing some actual vaporwave. I figure why not? And if it gets struck, it gets struck, and I'll stop. So we are gonna start by loading up our campaign and the map. This week we're gonna continue to throw down some minis and stuff in the streets, because it necessary. It need happen. We do, because it need be. I'm sorry about that whole little paragraph fragment. And load TaleSpire. I have trust in you. Oh man, this is... Whew! There it is. Making me a little anxious. Taking a while to load there. Yeah, being a little sluggish. Okay, that's a little better. Alright, okay, we can deal with that. Did me a heckin' concern there. It was running a little tight, but I think it's just because it was looking at everything at once. Alright, cool. So, we're back at it. We're gonna keep doing some decoration, so to speak. Throwing some stuff down here. We're gonna just kind of approach it from a very loose, I guess a loose pattern. We're just gonna look around and see what we can add, and we'll add it. Alright, so we want to throw a bedroll in here, or, hear me out, we could do an actual bed, like this guy. We could do one of these. Just, ooh, huh. Clipping is on. Clipping is on. Oh, no, it isn't. I turned the water off. That's on me. That's on me. There you go. Look at that. It's got an actual little guy in there. So, that is cool. I'm going to do that on the other ones, because it looks good. I'm going to remove this guy, and I'm going to add this guy. Boom. And boom. Okay, no more of that this stream. I'm not going to talk like that anymore. Oh, hello. Hi, Stabby Rogue. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. We're doing more putting things on things on things. On things, on bricks, on bricks, on bricks, on things. And we're loving it. We're just doing a lot of the street. We're taking it to the streets, as we've said before. And despite people asking us not to say it again, here we are, saying it again. You're eating leftovers for lunch. Was it the leftovers you posted in Discord? Because that looked good, even though I do not eat meat. Oh yeah, the roof garden. Yes, with the new I think I only added one swamp token, and it's in that one. But the rest are all from like the jungle stuff, like the vines and this flower, and the rest are all, I think, the desert. These little things. And yeah, so just a slapdash little forest garden, and then balcony, potted plants on the balconies. Cause why not? Why not? What else are we gonna throw down here? How about just a random little... Oh, I have crates and stuff in my quick bar because I smart. We'll throw one here. Let's flip it a little. There we go. And I think... I don't think we can really throw much of anything else in this little corner. Maybe a little bit of that. Cool. We definitely need a guard here. Oh yeah, thanks. Leftover Chinese food, nice. We had Asian cuisine last night. We had I had udon and or udon, however you're supposed to pronounce it. I had udon and some shrimp dumplings, which were really good. Fish and crustaceans are the only meat that I eat. I don't eat any other meat. Let's see. We're gonna do a guard, NPC guard. We're doing a guard here. And did we do a guard inside? I don't remember. We did. There are 2 guards inside, actually, aren't there? Oh, no, there aren't. I was going to put one down here. Actually, I don't know if there really needs to be one down here. We'll put one down here. Just cause. Whoa. There we go. It's not very bright down here. How do we brighten this whole thing up? Let's see. Well, I guess the easiest way would be just to do this and then... Let's see. It was not shrimp shumai. I don't think. It might have been. Possibly. But they were very good. We're looking for castle ruins. There we go. And this guy. We'll do that. And then we'll do the Morgoth. There we go. Whoop. Come on. Come on. We'll do a built-in candelabra. Just to make things simple. There we go. Alternatively, I could probably use the filler thing, but I don't want to. I mean, I guess this is fine. And if we really wanted to, we could make this a secret door. Potentially. So, for now, we're going to leave it the way it is, but after that, yeah. It's good to know you don't eat non-oceanic meat in the event that we ever break. Oh, yes. Yes, that would be awkward. It's like, we've prepared a variety of beasts for you. Like, oh, thank you. I don't eat any of those. But yes. Oh, we can go ahead and put stuff in here. We haven't put anything in here. We claimed to be done, but we were mostly done. To be fair, we were mostly done. I forgot about the basement of the bank, the loan bank. There's going to be something in the vault, right? I would imagine. Yes. Let's see. So props, they've got... We can do chests. That's probably a nice, easy thing to throw in here. We can throw this big crystal owl chest in here because I want to use it. I want an excuse to use it. So that's in here. That's canon. We're just gonna move it over here. There we go. What else are we gonna throw in here? Just regular leather chests, I guess. And we can do shelving too along the back wall. Probably. What would be the easiest way to do that that looks very sturdy? It would have to be a tile that's like a half thickness. Either that or we just use the same tile from the rural tile set that we have been using. Which could be fine. I mean, it looks sturdy and made of wood. And as far as the sturdy goes, Whoops, did I misplace one or did I just not place that one that I just tried to place? Nope, didn't place it. Okay, good. So if we do that and just do, I don't know, we can do harbor beams, or I don't know if harbor beams are really the flavor we want for the vault. I mean, they can't all be made of stone, but in a sense, we kind of want most of it to be made of stone, or look very sturdy, like it's part of the original dwarven construction. Let's see. How about... Oh, cobblestones. That actually has a thin... this guy. Yeah, we can actually do the one with this. Yeah. Stone shelf. Look at that. Perfect. And for the legs, we can use... Can we use those? That's a little big, but you know what? It might work. We might have to move this somewhere else, which I'm fine with. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Do one there, and then one over here, and one over here. And that's a shelf. I think it looks pretty good. Cool. Cool beans. Alright, so on this shelf, we're gonna put some chests. Like this guy. And we can also tuck some chests back here. So let's do... Yeah, we can just pile them in here. Let's say that, and then one there. And then a couple under here. We'll do gold chests, maybe. There, and there, and there, and there. And this we can say is like magic item storage or something. I don't know. I like it, so I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to justify it. Leave me alone. It's staying. I don't care what you say. Yeah, I guess that's good. And it provides its own lighting, which is kind of neat. Yeah, I was gonna do like pile of gold, but that seems very unsafe. Just a pile of gold laying about, like you do. We can do a couple of these chests, just kind of chilling here in the corner. Yeah, aside from that, what else can we throw down here that looks... Maybe a suit of armor? Possibly? Yeah, that sounds about... Yeah, we could do like a suit of armor just kind of here in the vault. And the best thing about the suit of armor is that we can put a couple of chests at its feet using clipping. We'll just use these guys since we've already been using them. Let's do that and that. And there you go. You got a suit of armor set up on a couple chests. Or we could just do that. There's a suit of armor in front of a chest, so it doesn't feel so sitting in the middle of the room. Cool. And there are piles of treasure, but I don't think it's appropriate. Let's see. Oh wait, oh there, treasure pile. We can just dump it. Oh jeez. Yeah, that's what you expect to see when opening a vault, right? Just all that. No, it's not gonna. That ain't gonna fly. Yeah, like not even that is. It's got a little chest in there too. Wow. Little crown, chest. Look at all that. Perfect. But not the way our banker rolls. Everything has its own. Everything in its place. And a place for everything. Anything else we can tuck underneath this shelf? Maybe a few crates? Maybe just a crate up here. It's partially open. And a bunch of crates back here. Use one of these. Pop it back there. Boop. Look at that. Fits right around that leg of the shelf. Perfect. It's perfect. Okay. I think this is pretty good. I don't want to add anything else. That's the end of that thought. I don't want to add anything else. All right. Cool. All right. That's the vault. Ooh, can I put like a lantern over here? Actually, you know what? I can do a built-in and a lantern with two very simple steps. See, let's go up to props. Close it. Go to Morgoth. Or do we want Castle Ruins? I think Castle... Well... Nah. Doesn't really matter. We can actually use a... this guy? If we wanted to? A fancy one? I don't think it would matter. We'll use a fancy one. Sure. Why not? And then go into lighting. Grab the big lantern. And just... Whoop, pop it right there. There you go. Now there's a lantern in there. So it's easier to kind of look around and look and see what chest you're pulling and all that fun stuff. Something you can carry with you and peruse the shelves if you need to. Cool. And we left a option for a secret door, should we decide to do that later. And of course, the trigger is something with the candlestick here. Of course. But we haven't decided if we're actually going to do that or not. We'll see. Cool. I think that's good. There aren't any quarter space or quarter tile items I can really throw down here. Let me look in Desert Village. It's got very fancy tiles. Maybe there's something that we can throw in here and be like, yeah, they're just, they're storing it because they're concerned it's not safe. They have nowhere else to put it. Not really. I mean, we could do some of the pottery, but I mean, none of it really looks super expensive. Let's see. Chair, gear, cheese. We could throw a wheel of cheese in here. Cheese is valuable. Yeah, it's got all that desert pottery. Just a bunch of Christmas presents. Christmas/birthday presents. A jack-o'-lantern. Sure. A big fancy rug. Rugs, maybe. But, I don't know. Like, maybe... like that. just like they're tapestries. They're gold tapestries. Yeah, that's actually not bad. I like that. We'll keep that in there. All right, and maybe he wouldn't have them leaning against the chest. He would have it sitting over here, near a closed flame. The flame that's inside the lantern behind glass. Sure. All right. That works. I am done in here. Okay. Cool beans. All right, so we did the vault for the bank. Excellent. Anything else that we forgot to do? I don't think so. We didn't do these apartments because these are the apartments in the module that are available for the PCs. So they'll decorate them eventually themselves. We won't do that step for them. We will do it for them when they buy the place, or they'll do it themselves. But we'll cross that road when we get there. So yeah, last time we went in, we added a bunch of lighting, which was pretty essential, and it helped us get a better idea of how things flow for the most part. And it also is probably why there's so much lag when I have the full map visible. it's a little much, a little bit for my computer to deal with, but hopefully that'll be remedied very soon, very soon. Let's see. I mean, these streets seem pretty good. There's not a whole lot else I would add. We could do, I mean, the rest is just kind of nitpicky stuff. We can add another street light here. Oops. So, I mean, if we'll take a pass through and see if there's anything else that pops out that we need to add. I mean, we can always go back and add it. We can always come back and add stuff. But I think we're gonna start building the cliff that this fortress is built upon, which should be interesting. We're gonna start at the front gate because there's actually a crevasse between the road that leads up to the keep, which wraps around the steep that it's built upon, and there's a gap between the road and the front gate. There's a crevasse, so we have to figure out the spacing there and all that fun stuff. I use the term fun very loosely in this instance. Let's see. I kind of want to do more in here, but I don't know what. I don't know what. Like, should I just change the tiles and have it so that this is all like earth and only like the road leading the immediate ground in front of the fortress itself is like cobblestone? I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. It was a lot of work to put all these tiles down in this steeped formation. Stepped. I'm using the term steep too many times. This kind of stepped fashion. I guess we'll just leave it for now. Yeah. This has been the area that's been stymieing me the most. Just trying to figure out what to put in here. You know? It's just like, what do we put? We'll figure something out. Alright, so aside from that, anything else? We got oh, I guess we could just do more people. But we put the merchants in their tents. We put did we put a bartender in the tavern? I don't think we did. Like basic stuff like that. Yeah, okay, so we can focus on that a little bit, and then that's not going to take long. Here we go. Innkeeper working. Get this guy over here. Dude. Whoa. Whoa. Get out of build mode. There you go. Just trying to place him. And rotate. There you go. And also, I gotta be sure to lock my green thing, or else I'm gonna be jumping all along the levels of my build here. All right, so we also want to cook, possibly the innkeeper's wife, or jousting practice track. Yes, sure. There's plenty of room. Actually, I've got that. Let's see. Yeah, this right here. That's supposed to be a jousting dummy. Yeah, I mean, the placement isn't ideal because it's right in front of this gate. So you can't really do. Plus this thing is on an incline, so yeah, it's really the only place for it. And I don't know, I might move it or something. Oh yeah. I thought of it and it kind of came together, but I don't know. We'll see. It might change. We might move it. So we got the bartender. We got the cook. She's gonna go over to there. That makes sense. Probably gonna have one or two employees. We'll put a waitress. How about a waitress and or two, or a waiter. Oh, they got tiefling. Oh yeah. Do we want to do the tiefling cook? We got 2 tiefling cooks. Maybe. Oops. Oh yeah, I forgot. I mean, there's plenty of NPCs we can put in the tavern. We'll do the tiefling cook. Why not? What does she have? Oh, that could technically be a tiefling alchemist. Look at that. She's got. I've never actually seen this mini. That's actually really cool. She's got potion and a very, very mischievous look on her face. Like she's gonna cause some trouble. Yeah. I don't think that's food. I mean, she's wearing an apron, but she's also wearing protective gloves. So methinks that is not food. It's actually a really cool figure. I do like it, but it's not a chef by any stretch. Yes, archery targets. I do have those as well, right there. Unfortunately, they don't make conventional targets, so I had to improvise with tapestries. Yeah, if you hit it right at the little square there, that's the bullseye, I guess. So yeah, we have archery targets. Kind of. I mean, I guess I could flip them. Wait, I never thought. Could I flip them around? Will that do it, or is it just gonna? Oh, hold down shift. Oh, hold down shift. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Whoa! I can't hold down shift. Oops. There. Okay. Everything's better. That's weird. It wouldn't let me place it. Whatever. Alright, so we got the Bailey Gate is all set. It's outfitted, garrison. We got all the guards in there. It's good to go. For the tavern, they don't make kids. They don't make any. Yeah, no, they don't have any banners. They just have a couple tapestries that I think are they're actually wall rugs like this one. There's 2 of them, and technically there are these that we could maybe use for something else, but they are literally, they look like hanging rugs because that's what they are. They're hanging rugs. But yeah, I think that's fine. We should that should make do. The targets. All right. So got a waitress. We got a cut. Do we have 2 waitresses? I think I was gonna do 2 waitresses. Let's see. Well, we got one coming into the. Whoops, get out of build mode, so don't accidentally pick my build apart. We'll say she's coming in. That's fine. We'll move her over here-ish. Cool. So we got the cook, got the bartender, got a couple waitresses. 2 is plenty, almost too many for this tavern. There are only 3 tables. I mean, 1 would suffice. All right. So let's see. Tavern set. Bailey Gate is set. The apartments. Those. Oh! Did we not do this apartment? No. We didn't decorate this apartment. Well, shit. We didn't decorate this apartment. Hell, I thought we did. Weird. Okay, well. That's something we have to do. It's completely barren. Okay. We found something. Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. With TaleSpire, I assume they're gonna get there. They're gonna have a decent amount of stuff eventually. Right now, I mean, even what they have now is pretty good, but like the weird need for something pops up. They're not. Chances are they're not gonna have it, but eventually they'll get to the point where they have most things. I would have to imagine. All right, so we forgot to do this this apartment. Fun. Well, good thing is we have a furnished apartment right next door that we can literally copy and paste all of, or most of, I should say. Oh, I need one of these. Grab one of those. Whoop. Pop it here in the corner. And another one in this corner. Whoa. Right there. Do we want that there? Or do we want it like maybe here? How about there? Cool. Because this is more of a cooking fireplace. Right? So we want built-ins all along here. And we're going to do... Can we do? We can. We probably should do a fancy tavern wall tile for that. We used the rural floor for this, didn't we? All right. Do we have any single pieces? We do, right there. Got it. Throw one right there, and right there. And I have no idea. Well, we can tell. So that one goes like that. So this one would go like that, and then this one would go like that. Perfect. Not that it matters, because you're not going to see them. Where are you? Tavern tiles. There we go. Tavern. All right. So, our choices are for the wall. We could do that if we wanted to be insane. And we don't really at this juncture want to be insane. I mean, we could partition that like that. It looks a little funky, but I mean, you could. It's not totally messed up. I would prefer it, however, if it were the tile that we always use, because it has storage and it looks like it's actually, storage. It makes it look like a kitchen, is what I'm trying to say. So that works. That'll do, I think. So with that, we will close that, and let's see, what else do we... What else? Lighting, we can just pull it all from over here. I think we're a little... Yeah, we're a little too low. There they go. There are the lanterns. We're gonna do... Let's copy that. One there, one there, one there, one there. And that should be fine. Table, we can fit one right under here pretty easily. I guess we're just using this. This one seems to fit best. Whoa. Most spaces. Like, you could put it there, and you could argue that that other chair isn't there because it's in the wall. Or maybe if you rotate it, I think it's kind of lopsided. Only slightly. Sure, that works. I'm fine with that. And it's in a dark corner, so we're gonna go ahead and take a candle and throw it down right there. I mean, well, there's a window, so it's not totally dark, but whatever. Aside from that, we're gonna do cauldron. Do we have a cauldron? Yeah, we do. Let's grab that. There. We'll do... Let's see. I guess we could just keep doing built-ins along here. Maybe the person in here bakes a lot. or cooks a lot. So they dedicated most of their main floor to their kitchen. So they've got like a big cooking space. Sure, I like that. How about we do an apple basket over here? And we'll do... we can actually grab that from... We have a bunch of stuff over here that we can use. Logs. Some barrels. We use these. What else? A bookshelf, maybe somewhere. There aren't many places we can put it. We can put it like here. I guess that works. We'll use the laboratory one. One of the laboratory ones, I should say. Yeah, that works. Looks like it has ingredients and stuff on it, as well as some cookbooks. Sure. And let's see. Where are the pies? Pies. Ow, I don't know if my mic picked that up, but I just popped my neck. It's been bugging me all day, and I finally popped it. Ow. Whoo. There we go. There are the pies. Yeah, I cannot wait for that that update that lets you place things independently, because those look very sad, taking up a whole space. But whatever. And we can do sacks of flour, which would be aka pillow pile, which can easily be used as a flour sack, a stack of flour sacks. What else? The problem is we don't have a whole lot of, we can use that, maybe. Will it fit here if we finagle it? Maybe not. There we go. Yeah, maybe? Nope. I was wrong. But maybe here. Yeah, sure. That works. That's fine. I'm fine with it merging with the apple basket. That's not that big a deal. Okay. So aside from that, I think this floor is pretty much done. Unless we want to do a chair somewhere, like maybe just right here. Sure. Let's see. Boom. Chair. Done. Okay. We can also, actually, since those pillow piles are kind of haphazard and only a quarter space, we can technically share a space with the pies. Whoops. 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 There you go. And we'll throw a couple more, like over here. There you go. All right. Just a little bit more stuff. Let's see. Desert. We'll throw one of these. Why not? Why not? Oh, I think I know why my thing is running so slow. Did it default back to the original setting? Oh. Nope. It's still at basement, running at basement settings, it looks like. Alright, well, whatever. Texture resolution quarter, please. A quarter of how good it's supposed to be. Because my machine dumb. My machine slow. My machine not know how to do it. Alright. That's good. Let's go up to the second floor. And we can figure out the rooms. Well, I imagine it's probably one big room. Probably. It's got these two skylights too. So you got this one here, or two. Yeah, well, there's technically skylights. One there and one there. But they don't catch any of the sun because that's north. Interesting. Is it though? It's not interesting. Let's see here. Let's grab some more lanterns. Just using the pillars as a which doesn't quite work on the second floor because you do have a gap, kind of. Yeah, you can see it's kind of floating there, but you're not gonna see it. You're either gonna see the inside, or you're gonna see the roof, unless you, well, even if you look in like that, there you can see one floating. Big deal. But yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. I'm just gonna leave it, cause I wanna, because otherwise I'm going to tear my hair out. AU Andromedus, what's up? Welcome to the stream. We are furnishing this apartment that we completely forgot about. I forgot that this one was here. So we're furnishing this one, and then we're gonna look around the streets a little bit more, make sure there's nothing else we wanna put down, and if it all looks good, even if it doesn't look completely good, we're probably most likely going to move on to building the cliffside that this fortress was built upon, and then that gets us one closer step to building the dungeon beneath it, which should be really fun because that is completely improvised. It's going to be completely improv, with chat suggestions, of course, and we'll see how it plays out. I need a bookshelf. Bookshelf. There we go. Let's see. Where do we want to put the bed? We could put one like right here, and it could be a nice one because it's right up against that wall. Yeah, we'll do a nice bed. Let's do a blue one. Blue bed. Blue bed right there. Perfect. All right. And with that, we can probably, and that bed's going to get some warmth through the wall, kind of, probably, from this cast iron stove over there. All right. I mean, we could do that, or we could do that, which is a little closer. There's a gap, but who cares? We can throw something back there, like one of these. Gee, never seen this tile before. All right, so that's good. Let's also grab. Where did I put any in here? I did. There it is. Gotcha. I'll grab this and do a little built-in shelf right there, and also one in that corner. Why not? Let's see. That works there. We will also get a candle. There was one in here, wasn't there? Yep, candle. Anytime I don't have to use the search through the menu, it's great. Perfect. Okay. I think I like that placement of the bed. That's fine. Probably want another bearskin rug in here. The poor bears in this area hunted nearly to extinction for the need of bearskin rugs. Let's see, what else can we throw in here? Well, I mean, we can do a couple more bookshelves and a chair by the fire. Seems pretty good. This is just like one big apartment for one person, or we could do some kind of like partial privacy with a just a partition. Let's see. Do bunk beds, like maybe there are kids, and we can do I don't know. Does that work? We'll get rid of this lantern, of course. I mean, sure. It's kind of a sad little room for the kids, but yeah, whatever. We'll do, yeah, sure, we'll do that, and we'll do throw another one of these right there with a candle. We'll put a candle on it. There we go. Cool. All right. I think this part is pretty much done, unless I want to do another bookshelf, or what else can I really throw up here? I think that's fine. I don't want to put too much. I mean, if we're just doing that, we can move the bookshelf. I don't know what I had planned to put over there, but I guess it was nothing. All right, cool. Can I could do like a shelf with stuff on it built into the wall. But I don't know. Let's see. It's so weird the way these are just ever so slightly off center. The wall here. Why is that? Whoa. Whoa. What was that? Why is it so... Oh, because it was... Oh, I see. I see what I did. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Trying to close up that gap there. There we go. No gap now. Sweet. Okay. I think that is done. And as far as like people in the apartments, we don't really need to place them. I'm more concerned with just having figures out on the street and in you know, other things for the apartments and things like that. It's not 100% necessary. The guild house we might, just because yeah, I mean, we can just do, oh, here we can do, let's see, creature assets, NPC. We will do, we'll do the commoner chef, which is a tiefling for some reason. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just roll with it. So he's a chef. Great. He's in the kitchen doing his thing. Sure. What else can we add in here? maybe like a waitress or a waiter or two. We'll do one. We'll say 2 wait staff. 1 waiter, 1 waitress. And just put them there. And I think that might be it. For the tavern, which we forgot to do because we got distracted by the fact that we did not furnish this apartment, we were gonna add actual tavern folk drinking because they have them. They actually have them in TaleSpire. So that is one thing we can definitely add. We can add random drunk dude. Oh, it's drunk Santa Claus. He's fallen on hard times. He's looking kind of sick too. I don't know. I don't think this Christmas is going to be very good. Dude, drunk dwarf. That's awesome. Drunk dwarf. Dude. Cool. Let's see what else we got. What's this guy got? Oh, this guy's just giving a thumbs up. Like, hey, forgot my shirt today. Yeah, all right. All right. Where is... tavern patron. Another tavern patron. We got a couple. Let's go ahead and throw them in here. Maybe they're talking to... or she is talking to that dude. And maybe we got this duder over here. Whoa. Trying to get the waitress's attention. From the looks of it. Like, hey, wait, oh, excuse me, miss. Alright. Good enough. I believe that was it, right? I thought there was one more. Oh, was there a drunken master? I think there was a drunken master monk. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else completely. There's human monk, monk agile, honored shaman, which looks kind of like a monk. I don't think there is actually... No, I don't think so. Huh. Bard. Perfect. There. Bard. Excellent. Makes sense. Alright. Good enough for that place, I think. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna just throw a couple of adventuring-esque looking types. Excuse me. We're definitely gonna throw in the Furbolg because I want to. Because he's cool. I like this new figure. He's very cool. Oop. And he's gonna just be chilling over here by the fire. Why not? There we go. Yup, right there. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not a Furbolg. That's copyright, isn't it? Fenfolk. He's a Fenfolk. But just between you and me, that's a Furbolg. It's definitely a Furbolg. Anyway. I'm just waiting for the turtle folk. I don't think did they do a turtle folk? They have not done turtle folk. But that's gotta be coming. We will do... Let's see. Oh, did we do any merchant stalls with... we didn't. With, like, magic stuff. We have the basket maker, the Fletcher, the pumpkin salesman, who deals exclusively in pumpkins, the guy who makes cider, and the guy who sells rugs. I think that's what we ended up with. We could potentially squeeze another merchant stall somewhere in here, but I don't know. Space is a little tight in here. Because now I want to do an alchemist using her. because I've instantly fallen in love with this miniature. Cook. She's not a cook. Well, she's cooking in the sense that what's I can't think of his name from Breaking Bad. Cooked. Jesse Pinkman. Ah, there it is. Cooked. It came to me. All right, so we're gonna do this. I've decided. We're gonna try and put a market stall in here, in this corner specifically, for her, so she can sell her drugs. I mean, alchemy stuff. So how do we do that? Let's see. Go into. Let me first get the level for the stall. Yeah, there we go. Good. Grid has now been moved to an appropriate spot. Let's go to merchant. We'll grab. Would it be 2 of those or would it be 2 of these? I don't know how to do those. Maybe that, and then using clipping, we do that. Is that? Well, I mean, it's sort of okay. I mean, we could just do 1. Honestly, we could probably get away with just doing the 1. But you know what? Let's make it a big fancy one. Let's do 2. What's going to be weird is the placement of the counter or the actual, what do you call it? Stalls, right? Stall, yes. So I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll roll with this, and if it starts to look weird, we'll switch it up. So we want 2 of these in each of these corners. So there, and there, which is going to make this a little weird. It should be fine. We're probably going to have it open at one end, probably this end, or no, this end, so that she can get in, but the stalls are going to wrap around this way. All right, so, okay, so let's put the rest of these. Is that the right level? Do we have, oh, that's not the right spot. Do we have them sticking up that much? Yes. Okay. All right. So, she's gonna be here, and she'll basically have this V of 3 squares to move around in. The stalls are gonna need to be in a weird configuration. Well, yeah, I guess it is a little weird, but let's see. Merchant, there it is. So, do we do that? No. I don't think we want just out and out magic, but we can do one of these, which is just a blank canvas, which is nice. And one of these. Do we have the stall corner empty? There we go. That's better. And right there. Okay. Okay. And now we just put stuff on it. For this should be actually pretty easy. We've got in our in the props, they have the alchemy supplies. Travel accessories, but it looks like alchemy stuff, so it's perfect. It's just weird that there's a bedroll kind of mixed in with it, but yeah, whatever. It still looks like potions and stuff, so we'll just roll with it. Throw one up there, and then flip one, throw it there, and to mix things up, we can add, like, I don't know. Oh, we can we can throw one of these. Actually, back here in this corner. Like maybe that's just something that she's working on. Or actually, where is it? Laboratory. This bad boy. Yeah. There you go. You want some of the good? Some of that ghostly purple stuff? Purple drink? You got to come to this stall if you want the purple drink. Let's see, what else can we throw here? No. How about where is the papers? Well, there it is. Papers 01. Let's see how that looks here. Sure. In this corner, I think I'm gonna throw one of or a couple of the pottery stuff. Like maybe they're ingredients for potions and things. And yeah, I think that'll do, unless we can find something to throw over here, something else to throw on this table. Let's see. What's a good... Actually, what's this stuff? Bait? Bucket? No. Starfish? Maybe. Yeah, sure. I just like the texture of it. So I'm keeping it. Also, let's see. We'll do one cactus. How about that? Where is it? Do we want that one or the... Yeah, we'll use this one. One cactus right there. Perfect. All right. There we go. We managed to find a good place for one more market stall. And it's super weird and interesting, which should always be the goal. And yeah, there's still plenty of space for people to move through. Yeah, they can move around. I like it. Worked out. We can probably build this up with oh, not that great. That's not gonna work out. Do that and some of that. Perfect. All right. So when we come back from our first little ad break here, we'll do more of this. Hopefully, we'll move on from the set dressing of the street area and start doing some of the surrounding wilderness, I guess is the easy way to put it. All right, be right back in a couple minutes. Enjoy these ads if you're watching this live on Twitch. Otherwise, you're just going to see a bumper. Here's the bumper or ad. Hey, yo, we're back. Hopefully the ads were cool. And hopefully the music was cool. Which, by the way, today I'm playing I Dreamed of a Palace in the Sky by Equip, who is a member of the collective label known as 100% Electronica. They do not sponsor the stream. Let's get that out of the way. But I like them. I like the stuff that they put out. So yeah, just enjoy. It's probably not going to be a regular thing because the feeling Twitch might take issue with it. Even though I, show the album cover, I let them know, I even tagged 100% in my go live notification. So I'm not trying to be evasive about it or anything, but but we'll see. All right, so we just did this market stall. It looks dope. I like it, and we're moving on. I don't know if we'll find anything else that we need to dress up, so to speak. I'm going to leave the Merchant Guild the way it is. We did the... Yes, we did 100% did the Temple of Tamora. That is done. We did the stables. We did the blacksmith. We did the warehouse. Do we put a blacksmith in the blacksmith shop? Ho, ho, ho. We did not. And there is our flaw. All right, so that's super easy. Whoa, too far. There we go. So let's go into assets. We went NPC. Look at that. First one, blacksmith. Bam. Done. Done and done. Excellent. All right. Yeah, I mean, aside from that, we can throw down a couple of minis here and there for on the street. So let's do a drunk here by his little lean-to. We'll have a half-orc commoner by his lean-to. And these guys aren't necessarily derelict or anything like that. Maybe they could not afford to join the Merchants Guild, and they are merchants in town trying to sell stuff. And perhaps maybe they also cannot afford a room at the tavern. So, or the tavern's full up, and this is their only choice. So, yeah, there you go. Little backstory for these two inconsequential miniatures. Excellent. We're gonna approach this as kind of like one of those little side quest things. You see a dark-robed figure at a lean-to near the temple. Do you approach him? Side quest. There we go. Oh, we missed a couple of these guys. Building X, assets, and props, and where? There it is. Throw one in there and one in there. There we go. Back to NPCs. I don't know. Oh, dwarf. A dwarf holding a dead rabbit? Sure. That's the kind of thing you want to see, just kind of walking around doing stuff. There we go. He's has plans to cook it in the fire barrel, methinks. Sure. Who else? Who else can I throw down here? How about just one of these guys? Boop. There we go. Just your basic commoner. Commoner tired is the the guy. He looks upset that his dwarven friend is going to cook that rabbit. But hey, no one can tell Thwip. We'll say his name is Thwip. No one can tell Thwip what to do with his rabbit. It's his rabbit. Commoner studious. Sure, we'll put her here. Looking at the rugs. We'll put see, we have him elsewhere, but that's fine. We have her elsewhere, but that's fine. We're gonna run out of just basic NPCs. We've already used the commoner welcoming and commoner apple seller so many times, so it's not like we're trying to well, I don't know what the phrase would be. Trying to use all of the minis or trying to go for maximum variety. We're just putting what works best where. Ooh, I like her as a merchant, but I don't know if I want her as a customer. Well, yeah, I guess, sure. So, there we go. We already filled all the market stalls. There. He's buying a pumpkin. And let's see. How about we use we'll use her again right here. She already has a mug in her hand. That seems fitting. Okay. So we'll just throw one of these guys down here. Maybe they're a Looking to buy something. And one of these guys. Sure. There, that's fine. We'll use another... half-elf commoner. Sure. With her bikini top. Fine with it. It's fine. I've made peace with it. I've made peace with it. Alright. So that works. And then... we'll move this guy over here. We can. There we go. There. Is there gonna be stuff piled in this alley? Probably. Let's see here. Oh, there. There, perfect. Straw. Now some straw. Just a general dusting of straw. There we go. And maybe a oh, that's gonna be too big. Yeah, that's too big. I think that seems fine, and maybe just a stray bit over here. Yeah, there you go. And in between, we will put a barrel. Why not? Perfect. All right. Okie doke. Looking good, looking good. That's fine. No lanterns coming off of the... Oh, I guess we could put a lantern coming off of the chapel / temple / whatever. Yeah, we'll do one about like that. Sure. Let's see, we're gonna do other guards. How about we do just a guard here, you know, chilling, hanging out. Or maybe here would be more appropriate. Looking at the incomers, the newcomers. I am, oh, hey, you Andromedus. Have fun. Take it easy. Oh yeah, no worries. No worries. Thanks for hanging out. I am, using my psychic powers to put out in the universe TaleSpire, make a drawbridge. Just make a drawbridge, TaleSpire. You know you want to. You know you want to. Oh, something's up with that human knight text. This guy. Something's up with that text. What does it say? I can't even tell what it says. Something knight. Human knight something. Oh well. All right. So we're gonna circle back to the rigmarole of placing stuff, placing minis and stuff. Because I think anything we do is just gonna be little tiny stuff, and we'll find them as we do the rest, and just fix them as need be. So for now, I think we are going to start doing the cliff face. So we need two things. Nature. Those will be good. Also, actually, technically three things. Desert. We can use some of these. Potentially. Ooh, why'd I do it like that? Some of these, potentially. Those could work. They're nice sheer rock faces that are they have a lot of them. They've got 5 different tiles for them and of various sizes, so it should give us a little bit more texture. Because most of it's going to be this, just because it is what it is. It's a cliff face. But if we pepper in some of the desert tiles and also maybe snow? No, maybe not. Oh, if this didn't have snow on it, that'd be great. But no, so no snow. No to the snow. There's nothing usable in swamp really. No. Sewers, no. Rural, no. Props, no. Okay, so most of what we need is in desert and nature. Oh, cavern. Can we use any of that? Maybe? Here and there, maybe. I mean, that seems like more for underground kind of stuff, honestly. Yeah. No, we're not gonna use cavern. All right. So, let's see here. I guess we're gonna start with the distance. And for that, we'll refer to the source material again. As I throw things around my room. Let's see. How far is it from the gate to... Oops, excuse me, sorry. It looks like... What's the scale? 10 feet. 1 square equals 10 feet. So 10 feet. Excellent. It's 10 feet wide, just about, at that point. Exactly. And he has it lined up with one of the squares of the grid. So you can clearly see that it is, in fact, 10 feet. All right. Excellent. Works for me, man. It increases the likelihood of being able to use a drawbridge tile that TaleSpire may or may not create in the future. But, you know, do it, TaleSpire. Make a drawbridge. Don't make me call you... Make a drawbridge, cowards! No. It's not that kind of stream. Ooh, is that a good height? I mean, no. It's not a good height, because it's popping up through the thing. So, our grid needs to be... Boop, right there. Excellent. And... Is this how I do a marker? Because I kind of want to mark where it is. Okay, right there. And place a marker? No, never mind. Never mind. It does not. It's not going to do what I thought it does. You used to be able to put markers on the par, unless I'm misremembering. I don't know. Or I'm crazy. It could well be that I'm insane. It's wouldn't be a surprise. So that seems good. It's going to be enough to make it look like it's built on the cliff face without leaving any gaps. That was my main concern, is there being any gaps. If we pop it back down like that, and then turn it sideways, and like, whoops, maybe that way sideways. Yeah, there you go. That looks pretty good. And I mean, the rock's sticking up into the stone floor tiles a little bit, but that's, I think, is completely fine and necessary to avoid any gaps. All right, cool. And so for now, we are going to do our own makeshift drawbridge, and we're going to make it out of stuff, as is the way you do things on TaleSpire. I guess we want it up half a step, right? Because it's not going to be exactly flush. I'm trying for realism here when I really shouldn't be. What would be great if they finished the castle tile set here and included a drawbridge in it. There you go. 2 birds with 1 stone. Finish the castle tile set and add a drawbridge. Because the castle tile set doesn't have any roof tiles. It seems incomplete. There are no stairs. There's no stair blocks. There's, yeah, it just feels incomplete. A lot of it feels like a very early tile set. But it's still good. I just haven't had the opportunity or the occasion to use it, unfortunately. Okay, so we can do, for a drawbridge, we can do that and that, which is passable. It's not perfect, but it's passable. For now. And I think that's just the way it's gonna have to be. It's 3 tiles tall if it flips up. 3 tiles would put it at just about this point. I don't know if my flashlight's even indicating where I'm. Oh, the bottom of my flashlight. That would be where the top of the drawbridge is. So maybe, yeah, maybe that's fine. Yeah. I mean, we could make it. We could just make it that. Just so it's. Let me double check this map. Because technically, yeah, all right, that's fine. We'll count the 10 feet as this is the 10 feet, and then the cliff on this side starts here. Because otherwise, with this sticking out this far, and this is gonna be sticking out kind of far. There's gonna be barely anything there. So that's fine. All right, so there's the drawbridge. Done and done. And there, now we're at the right level again. So the question is going to be, what is the basic ground going to look like? And we also have to keep in mind that it's going to wrap around. Let me zoom out a little bit. It's going to wrap around the fortress, the road. It's going to wrap around the fortress and descend as it wraps around the fortress. So that's going to be a little tricky. So we're gonna try our best. We're gonna try our best. All right. Part of me just wants to go around and just put some of this cliff, line the thing with this cliff face. So I think maybe we do that. We'll start with that. Let me actually drag it in my quick bar, so I have it. And also we'll drag a boulder, and we'll drag the bigger 2 pieces from there. There we go. All right. I think that should suffice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. I mean, let me see if we can kind of maybe work one of these in. See how it looks. That's too far. That's in too far. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good. We can kind of alternate so it isn't so one texture. There. Just so I'm 100% sure here, the crevasse. The crevasse also. Oh, I see. The road doesn't wrap all the way around. I see. In the original, anyway, the road doesn't wrap all the way around. It wraps south and then slightly, well, more or less to the west, and then back south, away from the keep. So let me look at this real quick. So this is the new one. They have the road wrapping all the way around to the south, but I don't think they don't have any illustration further than that, so I don't know. I don't know where it goes after that. So we'll go by the original, the good old original Gary Gygax. And we're gonna build down a little farther than we need to, because I'm gonna put water in the crevasse. At least at that point, I'm gonna build down further in the crevasse between the gate and the road, on the eastern face. I'm going to go down further and then use the water level, but build that up a little bit so that there is some actual water. But that will be the lowest point of the map. So we should probably also find out exactly how tall this cliff face is supposed to be. Hopefully we've built up high enough, which I would be surprised if we didn't. We're at like the halfway point of the entire map as far as height. Camping. Ooh, okay. So apparently you can also camp outdoors overnight, which I would imagine would be just on the other side of the crevasse, because there's a very large area on the north side of the road, on the eastern side of the crevasse, whatever you want to call it, across from the main gate of the keep. So I'm assuming that's where you unknown complex dungeon. Ooh. Cave of the Unknown. Ooh, they actually make a reference. Inspection areas numbers 1 through 4 indicate. Oh, I see. That's for the Caves of Chaos. The quote unquote caves. Yeah, Caves of Chaos. Cool. All right, so let's look at the first description here. Whole place is well organized security. Okay, narrow rocky track, buttress-like wall of natural stone on your left. Keep. It doesn't say how high up. How high up it is. Let's see. Nope, that's all bunch of fluff. Right. To the 4th edition. The 4th edition description. Locations. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. 2 30-foot tall towers flank the 20-foot tall gatehouse that watches over the keep's entrance. A drawbridge, usually raised, spans the 40-foot deep crevasse that surrounds the keep and leads into the gatehouse and the keep beyond. So, 8 squares deep. Of course, we can modify that if we want to. It's not written in stone. I'm just trying to get you know, an idea of how deep we should make it. So 40 feet, that's 8 stones or squares, or 8 of these. There, that's perfect. So let me go ahead and measure that out. Probably from there, right? Make sure that that's level with that. It is. Cool. All right. So 1, 2. Whoops. Okay, so I can't hold that and do that at the same time. Good. Good to know. And it's 3. This is a very awkward way of doing it, but I mean, if I'm measuring down, if I were measuring up, that would be one thing. But measuring down from something is a little more difficult. So that's half the distance. Okay. And once again, there we go. Oh, too far, too far. Oh. Up half a step. There we go. There we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. Okay. There we go. All right. So it is that deep, and I will leave that there as a yard, as basically a measurement. And we've got plenty of room to go deeper or whatever we want to do. Yeah, that's only this at this point on this this bar here. So we got room to play. So we could come down maybe another you can come down another 10 feet maybe if we wanted to, which I think we will. We've taken a few liberties with the spacing on the map. 3, 4, and copy it, paste, and 1, 2, 3, 4, copy and paste. There. All right. So the crevasse is going to go down to that point. Cool. Good to know. And we'll just yeah, we'll leave that there just as a ruler. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to there. That's about right. Hold down a little bit. Whoa. There. That's what. All right. Let's see. Close to it. Yeah, that works. Oh, that is smaller than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Cool. I think that works. All right. I'm just going to go around and do the first pass. Ooh, actually, this will help. Just throw that right in there. Perfect. Let's see. Just keep this map out, derp. There it is. Got it. Oh, interesting. Okay. This tower, it seems to be the most precarious of the towers. Really? It reaches out that far? Weird. All right. Well, we might make the crevasse a bit wider there at this point because the map has the road and the opposite bank very close together. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. So yeah, let's just keep building this wall. Build this, or not wall, this steep. Building the steep. And it actually comes down a bit here. Sure. And that comes down, let's see, 10, 20. Did we come down too far? We might have come down too far. Yeah. There. Comes down about that far, and it keeps swinging to the west. Alright, cool. For some of this, I don't know. I don't want to use just all stone because some of it's going to be like soil, some of it's going to be grass. So I think I have to find like some sort of sparse grass tile. I mean, the ones that they have in the nature set are okay, but not 100%. They're a little too green, I think, in my opinion, for our needs here. So they're a little too green. Okay. Try throwing in one of these. See what it does. Another one like this. Cool. There's a weird little gap there, so I felt the need to fill it in. Whatever. So there's a secondary crevasse that kind of creeps in about here. Okay. Sure. All right. Okay. This is I had to do something very similar to this when I was doing the foundations for the map I've been working on in my free time, which I haven't been working on a whole lot lately. I got to get back into it. Especially now that they released the actual swamp tile set. I got to go in and add in those actual swamp tiles. But yeah, when I was doing the foundations for that, I had to do something very similar to this. And I did it in a very similar order, I should say. I kind of built the fortress first, and then went back in and added the rocky outcropping that it was built on, just so I had to get an idea of how big I had to make it first. Oh, that serves no purpose. Oh, that's slightly bigger. That's not bad. We'll throw that right there. Oh, this guy. Right there. Cool. All right. Sure. Think we're doing. Or we might not be over far enough, actually. Shoot. I'll move that and move that. I wish I could put a map up of what I'm looking at so you guys can tell. Maybe I can. 1 second. 1 moment. Let's see. Do I have it? I might. Pretty sure I have it on my computer. Or maybe I don't. Aha, I do. Excellent. And open. And there it is. All right, I'm going to collapse that, and I'm going to go to the map. I think they included the map. I hope they included the map in this PDF. Oh, I don't think they did. Oh no, I don't think they included the map of the keep in the PDF version of this module. Oh, that's sad. Dang it. Oh, nope, they did. It's right there. Cool. All right. Let me see if I can share this. We'll do a new window. We'll do window capture. Add a source. It's a new one. We're going to call this one Acrobat because it's an Adobe Acrobat. Add a source and Acrobat. Done. There it is. Cool. Let me see if I can. Oh, actually. Doop, doop, doop. There. Now there's no unnecessary stuff. And I can just zoom in on this and move it around to where I'm looking. And I'm looking right here at the way that the cliff face comes out. All right, so we can minimize this and minimize this so it's not completely in the way, and move it up here so I'm not blocking chat. There we go. All right. There, perfect. So that is where I'm looking, and we will use that as a reference, and that actually kind of helps because now I have it. Look, I'm looking right at it, and now I can see it. Cool. So we've got what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70-ish, 70 feet before the that gap even shows up. All right. Where are we here? We got, what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 7. So right here is where it's going to be. And it is 15 feet out from the wall. All right, so give me this guy. Throw it there. Give me this guy. We'll throw it here. No. Here. Dang it. I'm trying not to leave gaps. Which, I don't know. I don't know how well it's going to work out for my system trying to render all of this, but whatever. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, yeah. Okay. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, this guy. All right. So copy that, move it there, and then a little bit there. And one of these, maybe another one to kind of fill it in more. Nope. No, it didn't work the way I wanted. Okay, well, we'll use this then. Perfect. Ish. Perfect-ish. All right, and we will do one of those. 15 feet. That looks about it right there. Cool. So then we'll throw one of those there. And it just kind of curves down. All right. So we'll do that, and then one like that. And ooh, finish this up. Whoop. There we go. All right. Down like that. Or maybe that's too much. Yeah, it's probably too much. Let's use this instead. Let's just do that and nope. That. There we go. All right, and then we can come out a little bit there. It's not coming out as much as I... Oh, actually, we can use that. We turn it slightly. There. Okay. And see, part of the tediousness of this is we're also going to have to build it down. After we wrap the keep in this cliff face, we also have to build down at least this far to the bottom of these crates. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit deeper than that, at least in the crevasse that's here on the eastern side. But yeah, so this is going to take a bit. It's going to be a project. It's going to be a heck of a project. Oh, I also have to be sure that I'm not building into the vault of the bank. Ooh, getting a little close there, but yeah, we're fine. Getting a little close, but that's actually fine. Ooh, yeah, maybe we want to back this one up a little bit. Yeah. Is that okay? That's fine. Okay. So let's just do it that way. There we go. There. All right. Cool, cool. Just melding with the stone. All righty. All right, so that is this is the gap here, and there's also going to be a little branch of this that comes off in this direction. We can also make it dip a little bit. I don't think it all has to be at the same level, right? Let's see. Let's come down a half step. There we go. And we have to be sure to be doing this. We can't change it up and go back to do surrounding the keep willy-nilly because the level is different now. We just have to be cognizant of that. Row. I also have to be careful not to close this gap here. There we go. Okay, and we'll do one more. How about one of these? Just down half step. There we go. And then we'll come down another, say, full step. 2 clicks. And we'll keep wrapping it around here. It's going mostly in this, mostly to the left, right? It doesn't go south any much further. It's mostly pointing off to the west. And, oh, I think if we do something like that, that's pretty close. Can I come down to here? Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. And we're going to do some detail with like these things. Let's do that. And about here. Nope. There? Yeah. Okay. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty good. All right, cool. Let me go back to the right level here. Make sure. All right, cool. Cool, cool. All right. Looks pretty close. Looks pretty, is it the right length though? I guess it doesn't matter totally as long as it's, yeah, it's still at the apartments. Yeah, more or less. I'd say that's fine. Sure. And, oh, and as we come down, we also have to come out slightly too. So, like, by the time we get to the bottom, we're probably going to come out another 10 feet from where we start here. So we have to keep that in mind as well. Try not to build out too far from the wall, I guess, is our we're trying to tell ourselves here while we're doing this. Otherwise, we'll run out of room on the ground level very quickly. All right, so there's that gap. Let's build back to the wall here. Yeah, that actually comes down a bit. Whoop. Sure. Yeah, that works. And we'll go back into there. Okay. Oh, again, I gotta be careful. I keep throwing tiles in here, and I'm misremembering my own advice. Am I? Oh, okay, so the vault is... Okay, we're clear of the vault now. We don't have to worry about it anymore. We came pretty close, but I think we're good. Also, I have to be cognizant of this door here. I don't know if they're going to have... It's probably going to be if there's a secret door. If we make this a secret door. It's probably just going to be this 2x1 area here that's going to descend by, I don't know, a rope ladder or rung ladder or something. And that's going to maybe even just have this one square as actual floor, and this square is like a shaft with a rope ladder, or probably iron rung ladder or stone rung ladder that just descends into the dungeon. But we'll see. I haven't decided, but I'm going to leave it open in case, just in case. That kind of situation. All right. Let's see. Let's move our map a little bit so we can get a little reference. There we go. Cool. I might want to put a little something here on the corner. Let's see. Nope. Not gonna work that way. Nope. Not gonna work that way either. There you go. That's all I wanted. Just wanted that little corner to be supported. All right, cool. So that is going to come out to a kind of a this rocky thing is gonna. I'd say that's about the point, and now it's going to creep back, and just go this way, right? From the looks of it. Cool. All right. So we just have to be Have to use what's available to us to build that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, now we're good. Again, I'm worried about building into the vault of the bank, the loan bank, and I don't want to do that. Pretty close. Let's flesh it out a little bit more. Maybe. I think that looks pretty good. Sure. All right. Yeah, and again, I'm probably going to come back in here and try and add in some topical or some I don't know, some of these kind of tiles. See if I can maybe break the monotony of it. I don't know. Also, we can probably dip these a little bit. Let's come down a full step, and just replace that one. And how about that one? Just so it's not all so. And how about this one too, just to mix things up. Yeah, thank God for clipping. Because otherwise, this would be a pain in the ass. All right. So we can't do any that are too close to the wall or touching the wall, technically. But we can do, yeah, that's still fine. We can do stuff, do ones that are out from the wall a little bit. There we go. All right, cool. Oops, well, that's fine. When we come back, we're gonna do more of this. So, you know, stay tuned and all that. And hopefully this little visual aid helps. I'm trying to get it in the corner in a aesthetically pleasing way, no pun intended. But yeah, welcome. Come on back, and we'll do more of this. This nice little mellow building session. Come on back. What's up? Welcome back. We're gonna do more of this, and without shame, we're gonna do this. Oh, without shame. More building of the cliff face on which the keep on the Borderlands is built. So we're gonna just keep doing that. Let me move this down a little bit, and that one as well. And am I even moving those down? Oh, I guess it's very subtle. All right, that's fine. Subtle, I will take. All right, this point is only mildly tricky. We do okay. Well, that's after the angled wall. We do now also have to be mindful of the cellar of the tavern, since that is going to be in our path. All right, let's see here. Let me make sure I'm at the right level. I believe I am. Cool. All right. Do it. We'll start with one of these, just because that corner... there we go. There. Okay. Yeah. What? Oh, actually, hold on. 2x2. This guy. Aha! To the rescue. Ta-da! Yeah. Again, I'm trying not to come out too far. Although, actually, I do have to come out. If we look at our map, it actually comes out pretty far from the wall. On this side, I'm not so worried. On the other side is where I'm worried. So yeah, I guess on this side we can do whatever the hell we want. It don't matter. But I'm going to stick close to the wall for this first pass. And I don't think I'm gonna do another thing like this, detailing like this, until we make our first pass around. My goal for this stream is to completely encircle the keep. That's with stone underneath it. That's my goal. So we are almost halfway done with this process, but we are in our last hour of our stream. So we'll see. We'll get there. I know we will. I have faith in you, and you should have faith in me, because I had faith in you first. And by the law of reciprocating faith, right? That's a thing. Okay. Looks like that's working out okay. And I'll just switch it to lengthwise. Ooh. Maybe come out a little bit. There we go. And then back to this way. Oops. Do that. Cool. And then a couple over here. Maybe switch it up. Maybe. And then throw some that in there. Yeah. And then flip it like that, like so. Sure. All right, yes, here is where we have to be exceedingly careful. So we want to just kind of back it up right up to there and not go any farther than that. Yeah. And it's tricky because this tile is deceiving. It actually sticks out 5 feet. It looks like it's, what, 2 by 4? But it actually sticks out another 5 feet, as you can see, like that. The little. Oh, here, it's probably easier to tell from here. It sticks out another 5 feet, at least, on one end. So it's kind of deceiving. All right. So here we're safe to do it like that. And for this last bit, I'm going to switch it up and throw down one of these, and then also one right there, and one of these. Sure. Okay. And now we'll see if we messed up. Let's just scroll down to the cellar of the tavern. See if any breaches. No, it looks pretty good. In fact, yeah, I'd say that's fine. It doesn't even have to be flush with the cellar walls. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, and probably an important note, if we want to find an easy way to find our level again for these cliff faces and stuff, we can just take the sample off of the basement of this tavern, or pretty much any basement, I think. Yeah, the warehouse, the warehouse, the guild house, the chapel, they're all level with the first segment of stone here. So that's convenient. Oh, that like that, and then throw that like that. Nope. Like that. Yeah. Let's see. There. One of those. Sure. That works. And again, we're going to come back and fill it out so that it looks more like it's supposed to on the map. Because let's see. Whoops. Right now we're about here. Did we make it all the way over here? I think we did. No, I lied. We're here. That's where we are. Yeah, we're gonna flesh it out and make it look closer to what it is in the module. But right now we're just outlining, because doing more than that takes too long. All right, Cool. And maybe we also do one like that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And we'll... That? No, that doesn't work at all. You know what? Let's take this boulder out of here. We use this way more than we use that boulder. We haven't used that boulder once. All right. So let me see how this works on this corner. What if we do it like that? Sure. And then... Or... Sure. Either way, I think it looks good. And then that. Cool. Move my cursor up a little bit. There we go. Now we're at a level where we get a good look at our progress. All right. This part's tricky, but we're going to do it because we have to step up as we go. And I think we're actually going to have to, after we do that, we're going to go over to the eastern face and do the same thing, because stepping down is much more difficult than having to step up. Yeah. All right. So one of these. Will that work right here? Mostly. Let's do one right there too. Oh, there we go. That's better. And just for... No, that doesn't work. That? No. All right. There we go. All right, so now we have to come up half step. Boop. And place our next one, and be careful not to overlap too far back the way we came, because that could result in weird overlaps. Ooh, maybe we have to. Oh, actually, we're not. You're probably not even going to be able to see it on the other side. There's no way. There was no way. Alright, so come up another half step. Boop. And place another block. At least we only have to place one block at a time. That kind of makes it simple in a sense. All right, another half step. Boop. And this one will place like this, or not, because it's weird and off center. Ooh, am I coming in too far? A little bit. I can see some right here, but I don't think it's gonna be an issue. Ugh. Yeah, just gotta be real careful. Okay, up another half step. Boop. And this time we'll use... I guess we can't really use that one, can we? It's too wide. Technically. Well, I don't see it poking out. It might be just be hid by those barrels, but I think that works. And if we do like that, is that okay? I think so. All right, and just to fill it in a little bit better, we'll throw one of those in there too, I guess, and one of these. All right, and then up another half step. Boop. And we'll switch back to this. I don't know. Maybe I should just stick with doing it like lengthwise. Like that. That seems to be the best, since it doesn't run the risk of running into the wall too far, right? And it overlaps with the previous stuff. Yeah, I guess. All right. All right. Up another half step. Boop. And more of the same. I mean, if I alternate, I can kind of get a varied look. Or if I don't go in too far. Yeah, see, that's fine. All right, cool. And I also have to be mindful of the cellar/dungeon of the fortress once I wrap around to that. So, fun times. Up another half step. And we'll do right there. Perfect. And maybe a little bit here. Maybe a little bit here. Nope. Here. Yeah, that worked. All right. And then up another half step. Let's just get a gauge. I'm probably going to have to come up another half step for the as we wrap around the corner here. Because that's a lot. Well, here, let me see. Let's place one at the corner and see how flush it is. Not very flush, yeah. So we're going to have to come up another half step, which isn't a big deal. Yeah, see, that's what we're looking for. There we go. And might also want to put one right here. Boom. Cool. All right, so that is done. We're going to get our bearings here for the other side. So we have to, luckily we found, that doesn't matter if we move that. Luckily we found that if you, whoa, too far. Too far. There we go. Whoa. If you just get a level of the stellars, it will be right where we need to be. All right. So grab that, rotate. And it. And yeah, I don't think there are any cellars we need to worry about on this side. The chapels is in a bit, so we're good. As is the warehouse. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, let's mix it up a little bit. All right. And now, on this side, we start coming up half steps. Half step. Ugh. Yeah, this thing. This, I gotta go all the way to that. I guess. All right, that works. Whatever. Onward. Half step. And throw it right there. Kind of works. Maybe I can zhuzh it a little. No, not with that one. How about with this guy? Perfect. There you go. Excellent. Up another half step. And we will do way. Cool. Done. Done and whoa, done. Half step. And that can work. Sure. Done. Half step. Boom. Done. All right, cool. And... well, I guess that was a little too... that works. All right, half step. And... I don't want to do it that way again. Let's do... sure, that works. Half step. And... yes, but I'm gonna have to use a little thing there again. It's very similar to what I did over here. Oh well. All right, up another half step, and more of this. Do that, which is very similar to what we just did. However, whoa, that's too far. All right, half step up from there. There. We're going to throw one of these. Right there. Which, whoop, or right here. That's better. All right, so that looks a little different. All right, so, that looks like it might actually be the correct height for surrounding this one. It is. Cool. All right. That's fine. That works out. Just make sure... well, I can't. It's all under there, but it's actually all under there. Huh. I think we're in the clear as far as avoiding most potential peek-throughs, I guess you could call them. This way? So that's better, yeah. And that. Sure, that works. Let me just check here. Nothing is, oh, yeah, no. I see nothing peeking through there. Of course, we have the walls and the hay, and there's layers and layers of stuff that I would have to peek through before we even see anything. So no worries. Okay. Oop. Yeah, still good level. We're still at a good level. Good. Let me do one of that. And is that two? No, that's actually fine. And we'll grab one of these, throw it right like that. And actually, whoops, wrong one. Throw one right there too. Cool. Yeah, the desert cavern tiles are actually pretty decent for gap fillers, if nothing else. I mean, for this purposes. They're also excellent if you're trying to do a desert map. Obviously. Alright, so right here is where it gets tricky. Because we got this dungeon. We got this here dungeon in the way. So we're going to rotate that so the stick out bits are sticking out and not in. And we're just going to be very careful. And we put down grass up here before, but we don't really need grass. We can probably put something else. Ideally, I'd like to put something else. So we will. put something else, is what I'm trying to say. All right, we use that. Let's do, oops, use this dude. And also his brother. Whoops. Right there. Perfect. All right. Do that. Yeah, that comes up just above. Cool. All right. We're gonna need actually, we can use that. Can't we? We'll see. I'll see how close. Let's get rid of that one. How close we can get it to this dungeon wall. Yeah, that's gonna look pretty repetitive because we, well, for now, we're gonna build out from there at least a little bit. Let's see where we are on the map. We are right on the other side of the fortress, right there. Well, there. Now it's rotated the right way. Right on the other side of the fortress. And that comes out, it looks like about 20 feet, roughly, and before the drop. So this is about, and that's 20 feet from the wall, like the wall, this area. So it probably is going to go out another 5 feet. Well, it is going out another 5 feet. So the drop is pretty soon after these little outcroppings. So that's good to know. Yeah, all right. So while I'm here, let's see if we can't figure this out. I'm not sure I like the grass. Just because it seems a little disparate from the rest of the decor. Desert, I don't know. If it was rocky, maybe. That looks rocky, but also sandy. But we can probably get away with that. Let's see. Let's try. I guess it all has to be in the somewhat same direction. So it looks correct. We can alternate maybe. And maybe also use, I guess we could also use that. Oh, there's a bunch of these. Never mind. A bunch of different ones. We can probably use a different one for every 2 spaces we have here. Well, that's just regular. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 of these. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna have to reuse like maybe 1. Yeah, I guess that's. Oops. And oh, well, that was that one. That is that. Oh, that one works. All right. So we're also probably going to want to throw in some more wall, at least like, I don't know, maybe the desert ones. If we come up half step or a full step, we'll see. We'll try half step first and see how it works. Ooh, nope, it's a full step at least. Let's try this. See how it looks. Make sure I'm the right. Okay, that's not flush, so that does not help me at all. Neither is that. So maybe we do have to just come in a little bit. Yeah, that kind of works, but I kind of want to come up another half step and see what that gets me. Okay. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. We like that. And then we can pepper in other things, perhaps. If we're in the desert one, we can use this guy, which is useful. There we go. And rotate it and throw another one down over here. What else? Let's do... Do we want to do, like, something sticking... Well, maybe. Let's see... Oh, that's too far down. Sure. That's fine, I think. These end bits are bugging me though. Where is the woo? Okay, well that's fine too. Let's move this down a little bit. Copy this. Oh no, we want to use this. And oh, okay, so that's the right level. Good. Let me just do like that and that. Oops. Hey, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. All right. I don't think it encroaches too much. If it does, we'll have to drop it down a little bit. Yeah, you can see it through the floor. All right, so let's come down half a step, grab that, and then replace it. There you go. Now you shouldn't be able... Yeah, you can't see it in there now. And it's now... The ground is seamless still. That's really all that matters to me. Is that at an intersection? Can we get away with this guy? Maybe. Yeah. That's fine. And then also maybe one of these. Oh no, that's not gonna work. We can't do that. I guess that's fine. Sure, that works. All right. Continuing on with the quest to finish the encircling the keep with the beginnings of the rocky outcropping, or the steep, as we call it, that it is built upon. And let me just do a quick check here that none of the stone is peeking through the dungeon. I don't think it is. Do a cross section. Yeah, we're good. We're fine. Dungeon is A-okay. I like how I also put... Oh no, I put one of these guys out in the on the street, as well as one of these guys just kind of hanging out. Reusing minis. We have a limited selection, so we are doing what we can. All right, and we are coming up on the end of that. Look at that. We're gonna finish. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna do it. Just trying to alternate here. Throw in some pepper. Some texture there. So it's not all the same. Will that fit there? Sure. And we'll also do one of those. Yay, perfect. That's right where we wanted. That hit the gap perfectly. All right. Okay. All right. Sure. And I like it. And Last piece. Ho ho ho. Well, almost last piece. We're gonna do a few other little gap fills and stuff like that. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Looking pretty good. Whoa. It's freaking out. It's starting to freak out. That's okay. Let's just get a zoom back look at the keep. All right. Ignore the crates. That's just a ruler, so we know how far to build down. Cullen Ahab, how's it going? We are doing pretty good. We have come pretty far. We're starting to do the surrounding rock around the keep, and we have up there. You can see the actual map from the module, which has been our guide mostly. Control S. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, we're just finishing up. We finished putting a lot of stuff in the streets and in the buildings. I'm kind of stumped as to what to put in here. What else to put in here? We put archery targets, training dummies, a jousting dummy, a well, some stalls for, manure and fertilizer. There's the garden and farm-ish area over here. I guess I could extend that and, do more. Maybe put in an actual barn. I don't know. But that is the point we've reached. Let's see. But thanks for stopping by. How's it going? Yes, NPCs. That's also what I'm doing. I'm trying to put NPCs down. So we've got a couple. We got a couple there doing archery, a couple there doing training on the dummies, and there doing jousting, or setting up the joust target, I should say. But yeah, we got NPCs. We're gonna add more. Yes, absolutely. A 4-square spot. Or a tetherball. A little tetherball court. Oh, man. Let's see. All right, back into build mode. We're going to add a few boulders. There we go. Actually come down half a step. Perfect. Medieval volleyball. I'll put a couple boulders in here just because it's a little bit more texture. Right there. And how about one right there? That one's kind of floating. Not a big deal. We'll just come down a little bit more. Boop, and pull up. Whoops. Pop it right there. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Cool. So, yeah, we have to build down this far. So we're going to be systematically layering this downward, which is kind of a pain. But we know with this ruler, it makes it a little easier. Because each of these cavern pieces, or cliff face pieces, I should say, are 2 cells tall, and we have our cells right here, kind of laid out for us, so we know exactly how far we have to go, and we can actually use it to place our grid where we want, which is actually very helpful. I might have to copy and paste this in other areas around the keep. Yes, the boxes as a means of measurement. That is where we are. That is where we are right now. So I'm actually going to take this and I'm going to copy it. Copy it. Go on. There. Oh, there you go. And I'm going to paste it in other areas around here because gonna help. Right about there's fine. Ooh. And here it's going to be tricky because on the inner bailey it scales upward. So we'll see how that goes. So I don't actually have to do one on the north face yet. Actually, I should, just because it's just going to build up from the highest point of this ruler. That's easy enough to figure out. So there you go. Now we have rulers everywhere that we can use. All right. Coming along. The heck is even down the mountain? That's a good question. There's wilderness and evil monsters and all manner of horrible things. Which is why this is the keep on the Borderlands. It is a beacon in the dark, evil wilds of well, I guess depending on the setting. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know if it, sometimes it confuses a thing for a link. So I don't know what that was. Generalwoods.temp. Ah, gotcha. Let's see. Let us see. Oh, I can actually just do it here. Maybe I have the link wrong. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That didn't seem to bring up anything. That's fine. You could just let me know what that. Let me know what that's supposed to be. But yeah, nothing came up for me on that one. All right, so we've outlined it. That's good. We now know the limits of the dungeon that we're gonna build eventually. So that's good. Barbershop quartet kicked out. Oh yeah. Let's see here. There's a gap in here. Oh, there we go. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Where's the gap? I saw a gap. Or maybe my mind was playing tricks on me. Maybe that was it. Oh, well. Whatever. This works. This should do it. Boom. Yeah, that works. Oh, you'd have fun with D&D if you actually figured out how to get into it. Yeah, I mean, the best way to do it is find a local group. Although nowadays that's less likely. Or find an online game, like a beginner game. Those tend to go well. Like I know some people that run one shots, which is online through like Roll20, and that tends to be a good way to do it. You can play with experienced players and newbies alike, and that's a good way to sort of learn how to play. Where is this? Oh, I see. I see what I gotta do. Let's do it this way. Haha. So the road. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, this seems like the next natural step. Doing the road. Let me zoom into that. Let's see. So the opposite side of this cliff and the the beginnings of the road, because that's going to descend and kind of circle around the southern, southwest, eastern corner of the keep. So let's see. So we just got to keep going north and east-ish. Same. Yeah, it's just a deep chasm here. And it kind of it goes along the keep until it goes out this way. Which means that these areas aren't exactly going to be squared up. So we're going to have like that and that. So it's not as harsh a corner. And yeah. So let's just going to do that. And same over here. We're going to make this a little bit smoother there. And probably throw this over here. Will that work? Yeah, that works. That's sticking out a little too far. Oh, actually, there's no reason for that to stick out that far. There, that works. Cool. All right. And we can, once we build the chasm down, we're gonna throw in some water, which is this right here. Gonna have water at the bottom, the very bottom of the chasm, which is kind of neat, and it's gonna add to the render time of the map and bog it down a little bit, but that's gonna be at the very bottom. So a road, do we want to, I guess we do kind of have to, do I like these tiles as the drawbridge? I'm asking myself this question now. Oh yeah, you know about that render time. Craig's Cottage, you want to DM more and run spontaneous one-shots, but super busy, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm less busy since the pandemic, but I've been keeping myself busy with running online games and this. So I've sort of gotten into a new rhythm of the regular day-to-day stuff. A lot of it involves D&D. A lot of it involves streaming and video games. Which is, it sounds like a dream, but it's it's great. I mean, aside from the existential dread, it's great. And not actually having a job. I mean, I do some consultant / freelance stuff, just to help pay bills and things like that. But yeah, I don't know if I would rather just have a job, but I mean, some things are great, like not having to get up and drive to work. That's kind of cool, but at the same time, you don't have a job, which isn't so cool. So yeah, it's a mixed bag, but hopefully things get better here, but we'll see. We shall see. Oh, that's cool. 100% your own boss. Own small business at the start of the pandemic. Still have to work full-time job. Oh, wow. Yeah, that can be rough. Yes, bring my own beer every time I go to work. Be your own boss. It could mean that too. I think I like this better for a drawbridge, honestly. Yeah. That's fine. We'll do that. Yes. I got it after the fact. I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, be your own boss. Right. All right. So, that's the case. We can drop the ground. Actually, we can actually come up half a step here and do the cliff if we can. Too far. Not far enough. That'll have to do. Yeah, okay. Or that's not far enough, and that's too far. All right, that works. Be your own boss, and yeah, bring your own beer and be your own boss, or be your own beer. Which is difficult. I don't have enough yeast. All right, this actually goes up a ways to the northeast. Let me actually move this a little bit so you can see. Wow. Tried, but it went flat. Welcome to the stream too, Craig's Cottage. Unless in case I forgot to say, welcome to the stream. Alright. Yeah, so this is gonna sweep out to the west a little bit. Ooh, that's actually perfect. And I don't want to come out too far because the chasm is going to narrow as it goes toward the bottom. I don't know at what point we're going to narrow it because the increments at which we can narrow it is pretty severe. It's like we go in a square. That's basically what we can do. So at one point it's just going to sharply and we'll have to deal with it. Whoop, too far. No, maybe not like that. Or I guess that works. And then there. And that is 10, 20, 30. That's about where it'll end. That's about the edge of the cliff there. That's fine. And then this one's gonna come up all the way up to that point. Try to get ahead. Has me foaming. Nice. Beer puns. All right. Whoops. Okay. That looks okay, I guess. And it actually swings out to the east a little bit. So I guess that works. And maybe, just maybe, bear with me here, these climb a little bit, so they're going to be a little bit higher. Than the tiles further south. And if we come down half a step, this one's just a little bit higher. Or lower than the ones we just moved. There we go. All right. I think that works. I think we're going to also operate here. Whoa, not there. That's like way off in the distance. And we're going to come around in this direction. Whoops. Meant to copy that, not just grab it. That works too. There we go. And oh, that. Hey, yikes. Yeah, I guess that's about right. We're gonna come out a little bit more. You know what? Here, let's do that and that, and we'll throw one of these in there just for fun. And that looks pretty good. I don't want to come in too far because I'm still at a higher level than these tiles. Or maybe it climbs up and then it sweeps around this way. But we will find that out next time. As we have reached the end of the stream, thanks for Stabby Rogue and AU Andromedas for coming and hanging out, Cullen Ahab and Craig's Cottage. Also, thank you very much for stopping by. Yeah, we usually wrap up around this time every Tuesday. Whatever, I don't know what time it is where you are, but here it's 3 o'clock. Yeah, we're coming along. We've reached a point. We made a goal for ourselves today, and we did it. We wrapped the keep in stone. We have to build all the way down still, which is going to take a little bit of doing. But we'll get there. We will get there. But yeah, thanks guys for coming and talking, hanging out. We'll be back on Thursday for some Final Fantasy VI, and then 5 hours after that, stream wraps, we're going to play some Paper Mario: The Origami King. Fun, fun, fun. I will have to rest my voice up because I do voices for all the characters in Final Fantasy and all the characters that talk or have speaking lines in Paper Mario, including all of the Toads. And the Toads have a very severe voice. And pray for my vocal cords. Pray for Mojo. Then we'll be back on Saturday for Skyrim, continuing the saga of trying to reach level 78 so we can fight a legendary dragon and defeat it and finally get our last achievement. We'll have all 75 achievements unlocked and we can stop playing Skyrim forever. That's not true. We're probably going to start over, hopefully with the remastered version on my new machine. But we'll see when that happens. Anyway, thanks again for stopping by. I remember Christopher Walken Toad. Yes. We just got Professor Toad, and he has a different Toad voice because he's actually in my group. So I'm not going to constantly do a Toad voice. No, I would die. It would kill me. But yeah, aside from that, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's some buttons you can press to indicate your approval or disapproval of this video. Please press one of them, as I have attached my ego to this venture. There's also a little bell you can press that goes ring-a-ding. To my knowledge, I guess. I mean, that's what we got in the handout when we started posting videos on YouTube. That could be a lie at this point. It might be outdated information. Anyway, if you're looking for a game of Dungeons and Dragons to play monthly, I run 2 monthly games through Eventbrite. There it is up on my thing right now. I am Dice and Brews over on Eventbrite. You can pay $18 for a game and come and make a character on D&D Beyond and join a game on Roll20. As I use those two platforms for running my games, there's a wonderful Chrome and Firefox plugin called Beyond 20 that lets you use your character sheet in D&D Beyond to roll everything. You don't have to enter your character into Roll20 or anything. You just open your sheet in another browser window, and you have buttons on there thanks to the plugin. And you press the button, and it'll roll your short sword attack, or your short bow attack, or longbow, or your spell attack, or whatever you're trying to do. And it even rolls damage for you as you do it. So it's kind of neat and very, very time saving, extremely time saving as a GM. Let me tell you, I don't have to enter any monsters into Roll20 because all I have to do is have the monster thing open in D&D Beyond, and it adds the buttons for me, and all I have to do is press them and roll them, and it's a godsend. But yeah, the tickets are around $18. They are on the second Sunday and Tuesday of every month. It might fluctuate depending on scheduling, but that is when they are. Tickets are available right now up on my Eventbrite page. The link is on my Twitch profile and also on my YouTube profile. But if you're watching this on YouTube, who knows when you're watching this? So who knows if I'm even running on Eventbrite anymore, through Eventbrite anymore. But yeah, there are dungeon crawls as well, so you can join and drop each month as your needs fluctuate, and you won't miss too much story. I try to keep it pretty story light. Basically, kick down the door, fight monsters. I try to limit it to that with a little story sprinkled in. And the stakes, you might ask, what keeps people engrossed? Deadly encounters. deadly encounters. So yeah, if you're interested in that, look me up. Look me up on Eventbrite. But aside from that, everyone, please take care, stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, don't touch your face. The mask goes over your nose. Social distance whenever possible, and just be cool and excellent to each other. I'll hear about it if you're not. I will hear about it if you're not, and I will come find you. No, I won't. All right, everyone, please take care, and see you Thursday.